This episode of the Jaking Off Show is brought to you by OG Shenron's Off the Tees vintage clothing. You can find rare and unique items such as vintage psychedelic t-shirts that are designed by unique and amazing artists. A lot of this stuff is really hard to find, like band tour shirts from the 80s in good condition. New items are posted daily at depop.com/OG That's depop.com/OG where you might find something truly off the tees. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Jaking Off Show podcast. I am your host, creator, producer, set designer, and craft services manager, Jake Bassey. I had soup. That was my crafty for the day. Soup. Soup is good. I like soup. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple iTunes, then you don't notice the banner that I have behind me. It is a 4x4 banner of the podcast logo. It is me drawn as a cartoon, and I am doing heroin with a microphone, implying that I am addicted to stand-up comedy. And if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment, share and tell your friends. If you're listening, share and tell your friends as well. It's how this algorithm gets out there. But I know that is going to fall on deaf ears, because I know for a fact that a very small handful of people actually give a shit, and that is my 8 patrons over at patreon.com/JakingOffShow. If you want to be a homie, click the link in the description and holler for $1. I've invested over $1,000 into this project. The microphones, the camera, the posters, the set design, the new banner, the equipment, and all that stuff. I've invested so much into this, and I am not giving up. I am, however, not going to promote/bother my friends on the Facebook and the social media, because I've come to realize that my friends, my demographic, don't listen to podcasts. And I learned that the hard way. Look, it's just business. No one, and I say no one, but I really mean like very little people actually like want to take the time out of their day to listen to what I've been up to, because I'm a nobody, nothing person open micer that, I shit on myself way too much. But let's be honest here, okay? I am Sisyphus bound to hell, forever pushing the boulder up the mountain, and it gets harder the steeper the hill goes, and it would be easy to give up. It would be so easy to just let the boulder run me over. And although I've waned a little bit in strength, I'm not giving up. That being said, I'm really not going to promote episodes, solo episodes, because no one really listens. And if I have a guest, I'll send them the episode link and they can share it to their friends who will be excited for them to be on a podcast. Because you know something, man? I've realized that the few people that do donate to the podcast don't actually listen or watch the clips. They just donate because they believe in the project, and that's great, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It gives me strength, and I'm eternally grateful. But y'all don't spread the love. You know what I mean? It's one thing to donate, and that's nice, and that keeps me a little bit in the shallow end of the red. But it would help a whole lot more to just share the show. And I understand that there's algorithms and shit to go through, and I know how that works. You have to be a hot girl that sells pictures of her feet on the internet to make any sort of ground in this world nowadays. And I've heard some people go, hey, why don't you have a TikTok? I'm sorry, I'm an adult. And I'm not going to shit on TikTok, but it's another fucking thing that I'd have to manage and go through. And it's so much work. I tried using the stereo app. I did a stereo episode with someone, and it didn't catch any ground at all. And I spent the most time editing that one because there were, with stereo app, I'll explain this. With stereo app, I was riffing with another comedian, and we were riffing on subjects that were given to us by live listeners. All right, and they were giving us subjects, and some people spoke in a really deep voice and were talking really loud into the microphone. And some people were people had different levels of how close their mouth was, because not everybody knows how to work a microphone, And so I had to adjust the audio levels. And there was always like someone chiming in. And there's a little sound effect when you press the button to listen to an audio message on the stereo app. And I had to, make sure that wasn't too much of a heavy burden. I'm actually getting over a little bit of a head cold right now. Thought it was the Rona. It's not, because it would be a whole lot worse if it was. And I know exactly how I got it. I got the sniffles, and I got a little bit of a sore throat because I hooked up with some chick that I met on Hinge, and she's a nurse. Now, what are the chances? A nurse that works at a hospital. Where have people been going when they get the Rona? A hospital. So whether she was asymptomatic or whatever, I don't know. I don't care. But because I had intimately shared germs with this chick, I got a little stuffy, got a little bit of a sore throat. I'm getting better every day. I've been a little low energy the past couple of days. And honestly, if it was the Rona, it would be a lot worse because I have a compromised immune system. I've got gut issues. I've got the colitis. I've talked about it before. And I know it would be a whole lot worse. I know that. So, and I always get sick between Christmas and my birthday. So sometime in January, every year, I always get some kind of bug. I know that. So let's just pretend that it's COVID. And I was going to get a guest last week, but, that didn't happen. For obvious reasons. I'm a little under the weather. I don't want to spread the germs and all that shit. There's other conflict issues with, day jobs and work and all that sort of thing. But, I promised myself that I would get guests on the show more often. And I've fulfilled that somewhat. I had Brandon Killo on the last episode. He's a great guy to talk to. He's making moves in the comedy scene out here. Now, he books a little bar gig at Kendall's, and I've asked him before to, as a favor, to book me on this because I would want to record a 15-minute set and submit that to another club and move from there. Now, he's my friend. I value his friendship, but this is also a business. You see, I don't know anyone out here that isn't a comic. I mean, there's my cousins and all that stuff, but she doesn't want to drive at night. And her husband is, he works all day. They're not, I'm not pressing on them too much to go. And there's a couple of friends of theirs that are raising kids and shit. People that I feel like a burden. And it is my fault for not asking, but the few people that I do know out here don't go to comedy shows. They're too busy with their own lives. And I try not to take it personally. I try really hard not to take it personally, but I don't sell tickets. And that's all it is. I understand that. I've learned my lesson. I've also learned not to, ask that to be booked for a headliner gig. You don't ask for that. You don't. It's in poor taste. And I learned that the hard way. This is a business. You got to sell tickets. You got to get people to go to the thing. I can't get people to go to the thing. I couldn't get people to go to the thing virtually. I did a contest a couple months back, and I promoted it heavily for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And only my mom and one friend showed up. Out of the 20, 30 people that I had invited and messaged and all that, 2 people followed through on their word. About 10 of those people responded to the messages going like, yeah, I'll be there. And they didn't show up. They flaked. And you know, I should know this by now, that it be like that sometimes. And people have their own fuck shit. Now, I couldn't get people to go to my shows before the pandemic. I got 9 people to go to my first showcase at Flappers over, almost 2 years ago. But that was my first ever showcase. I was really hyped about it. I was really excited about it. And but the thing is, I don't have that continued momentum. Because I had booked that show. 9 people showed up. A booker for like another bar show, you know, rest his soul, he's dead now, noticed that like, hey, this guy can bring people. Why don't I book you for this show? And then no one came to that next show. And he was like, oh man, I thought you had fans. No, dude, I was just a few months into the game, and some people come through and some people don't. And there's a lot of politics involved, and not necessarily politics in the true sense of the word, but it's business. People have other shit going on. And most people don't want to be around when you're building the empire. Most people want to come through when you've already made some kind of groundwork. That being said, I will not ask to be booked on anything because I need to deserve it. I will speak through my performance. I will speak through my act, you know, and that would mean, how badly can I make these people laugh? Can I put someone out of their chair? Can I get an applause break for a joke? Can I pull that off? I seldomly pull that off. And when I do, it's nice. But I have to prove myself through the act. And that's what will make it work. I'm better off just keeping my head down and moving on. Now I know there's networking things and all that stuff, but I'm a nervous person. I don't like hanging around. People scare me, to be honest. I've been deceived many times. I've been told, hey, you're funny. I want to book you for that thing. Can you bring some people? And I just go, yeah, man, I'll try. And then I ask people to go, and then they don't go. And then that booker doesn't view me as a commodity because they're trying to make money. They're trying to get people to go to shows. So it doesn't matter how funny the comic is. It's, can they sell tickets? That's the language in this business. So here I am in Oklahoma City trying to make scratch, trying to do my thing. And it's through tooth and claw, man. It's through tooth and claw. And I just can't. Hey, hold on one second. I got to blow my nose. Still got them sniffles, man. But I'm getting over it. I'm getting better every day. I was much worse last night. But anyway, what was I talking about? Selling tickets, right. I don't sell them. I can't because I don't know anyone out here. I know that's how this game works, man. So I'm just going to keep my head down and keep moving forward. And whoever notices, whatever. I did something bad recently. I took my anger out on a stranger that posted like a woe was me, like suicidal type of thing. I'm not going to say names or whatever. But this person was like, oh, what if I just killed myself? Oh, who would care? And all these people are like, no, of course we care. And I saw that as like a desperate attempt to get attention. And that kind of pissed me off because I myself have been down that road before. I've attempted suicide before. It's not fun. It's not great. But I told the guy, hey, look, if therapy's too expensive, might I suggest bubble wrap and some weed? Didn't like the joke, of course. Guy wasn't in a good place. But I also said, hey, it's kind of unprofessional, especially for someone that's in like a given business that looks for temp employees, let's say. It's unprofessional to worry your family, friends, and coworkers that you're having a hard time. It's just not a good idea. It's not a good look, and it comes off as like a desperate woe is me attempt to get attention. And I'm guilty of that. I'm not perfect. I've done it before. It's not good. And I was just saying, hey, look, it's not a good look for you, man. And we went into a whole fucking like argument spat over we were attacking each other's egos, careers, and whatnot. It wasn't good. I regret it. We apologized later. It was all water. It's all water under the bridge now. But it wasn't nice. And I've already damaged myself in turn because this is a small town. This is a small scene. And I've already, burned bridges. Luckily, I know how to swim. But, I'm a jerk off. I was giving someone flack because they were sad and open about it. But it's just try to understand that when you say that type of shit, I'm going to kill myself on the internet, you worry everyone, I'm a little under the weather right now. And I was going to jokingly, I almost posted it. I was going to jokingly say, oh, some nurse got me COVID, don't hook up with nurses or whatever. But I didn't post it because I would worry my mother to death. She will become hysteric. My aunt would be hysteric. They're just like, you need to go to the hospital. It's just, I can't have that drama in my life, so I just didn't say anything about it. And they're not going to listen to this episode anyway, so who gives a fuck? But, I'm pretty sure I don't have COVID. I can smell out of one nostril. Both, actually, now that I blew my nose earlier and I have a little bit of a, I can taste. It's just a head cold, I just got a little stuffy sniffles, that's all. And, I'm better than I was yesterday. I was in bed like all day yesterday because I just kept blowing my nose and, I was just having lots of soup, lots of, soft food, drinking lots of water and all that. And, just taking good care of myself, the multivitamins, the elderberry, the zinc, all that stuff. And, I made it this far. So I think I'm going to be all right. And, the point is, don't stab yourself and then jump into the ocean because the sharks will smell that and they'll come get you. I can't. I've already done the damage here, and it's been done. And you move on, you move forward, and it's a work in progress. I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I was invited to sign up for an open mic back in LA. They didn't know that I moved. And I was like, hey, thanks for the message, but I moved 1,000 miles away. And, if I ever come back to town again, I'll do your mic, I'll do your thing. And LA's starting to come back a little bit. And it's so sad because restaurants have opened up for outside seating again right after Biden got inaugurated. Shit. This whole thing has been politicized, and it's going to destroy us. It's going to destroy us. I knew this was going to happen. Trump gets out of office, Biden goes in, and all of a sudden businesses are open again. When we're at over 400,000 deaths, there's a vaccine shortage. There's like 4 or 5 mutations of this COVID shit. There's one in South Africa. There's another one in Brazil. There's another one in Japan. There's another one in the UK. There's an ugly motherfucker brewing in California somewhere. And we're just going to decide to open up because we have a Democrat in the office. Great. We're all fucking dead. You know, just because Trump's out, and I hate the guy as much as everybody else, but now that he's not in anymore, now people magically think that this whole thing is going to turn around now. It's not. It's not. All of my liberal boomer friends are crying tears of joy that Biden's in office now. I'm like, dude, the problem's not over yet. He's just he's now undoing anything that Trump did. And it's going to be, it's over. It's been the last like 30 years of politics. It was Bush, it was Clinton, it was Bush again, and then it was Obama, and then it was Trump, and now it's Biden. Every other thing, Republican, Democrat. It's 4 steps forward, 6 steps back. It's this fucking back and forth thing. That's the way it's been over the past 30 years, and it's going to fucking kill us. You heard it here. I'm calling it. We're all fucked. And thankfully, I'm in a smaller place where it's not as heavy. It is real bad in LA right now. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get much worse before it gets better. An emergency round of unemployment came through. And you know what? I'll take it. Give me the money. You fucked up. I'll spend it on, myself. Some cool shit, further invest into my creative art that I otherwise wouldn't have time to do if I was working a regular fuck shit job, going to open mics and shit. But, that's the way it is. And it's not going to get better anytime soon. And I'm up for it. I have a bit on, the Y2K thing should have happened because it's all been downhill from here. You had 9/11, Iraq, Hurricane Katrina, market crash, weekly to monthly school shootings. I'm up for whatever happens next. The next move is Billings, Montana. That's the next move because if Yellowstone blows up, I don't want to be here when it happens. I don't want to survive that apocalypse, man. We're all fucked. There's no future. Every day I wake up, it's the fucking present. So I might as well do whatever I want, And people have been doing a lot of soul searching through this quarantine. More friends of mine have been coming out as gay or transgender. I'm like, cool, good for you. But I have a question. And before I ask this question, some of these folks, dare I say, may or may not be beta cucks. Now, the beta cucks of society have been bullied. I am a beta cuck. I'm not good at stuff. I've been bullied and all that. And so people that are starved for acceptance will then find themselves into more inclusive groups. And I am not knocking the transgender or non-binary community at all. You do you. Great. You're not hurting anyone. You're not condemning anyone else's existence. I'm all for it. I'm fine with it. But the rep of these groups, I think, are being hindered by the beta cucks of society because some of these people have some fucking problems. I know a guy that I went to middle school with that would do the fucking Naruto run, the fucking Sonic the Hedgehog run with his arms back and shit going from class to class. Like, oh, what a weird fucking kid. But I was friends with this kid because I didn't want to get fucking shot. I am still friends with him on Facebook, or they, them, whatever, ladies and gentle thems. And now this person identifies as a non-binary astral gender, starseed, or whatever the fuck. What? I'm confused. I am very confused. Now, what is going on? Are you identifying as such because you want to be accepted? So you can have the feeling of acceptance? Or or is this legit? Like, is this legit? A couple of friends of mine are coming out as agender or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, great. And it's just they're getting an outpour of support, and like that's cool. Maybe I'm jealous, because I'm not getting the emotional support that a cisgender white male is getting. So now we're at the bottom of the monkey barrel here. Maybe I should just come out as non-binary and sell pictures of my feet on the internet and dye my armpit hair purple and shave my head and get lots of piercings and be as on the fringes as possible, because the fringes are very fucking loud and it's getting annoying. And if I get negative comments about this, that means motherfuckers are listening to the podcast, and that's kind of why I'm doing it. But it's just crazy to me how people are coming out with these epiphanies about who they are as people, and cool. But I'm just a little thrown. I'm just a little thrown by this. Like, why are we doing this? Like, the conversation stops when you do gender reveal parties for cats. Like, what the fuck is happening? It starts getting weird when someone comes out as astral gender starseed, that I identify as a star child of the cosmos, and I don't have a gender, the traditional gender. And I get, like, yeah, you got to ask questions, question authority, question society, do all that. I'm all for that. Great, cool, good for you. But now I'm questioning the questioners. I'm asking, why? Do we want to stand out for the sake of standing out? Is it because of the lack of attention that we're getting in general because of this pandemic? Is the Stereo app getting a whole lot of ground because no one can go to networking parties anymore? Does everyone want to be Howard Stern on the Stereo app? What is happening? It's getting too weird. God, and I thought I was liberal. Still am, in most cases. But what are we doing? It's just getting weirder. And I ask these questions because I feel like people are just going fucking crazy. We're social creatures. We're not supposed to be cooped up in our houses like this. Forgive the coughing. I'm still kind of getting over this. I was going to record earlier, but I felt much worse earlier, but I just got to barrel through this whole thing, Hell, it might be COVID. Shit. But I'm young and I'm able-bodied and I must be handling it so well. I've done a deep clean. I've washed my sheets. I've done my laundry. I'm probably going to wipe this thing down when we're done. I've got a bottle of hand sanitizer everywhere. I'm going to wipe every motherfucking thing down. I'm going to wash every motherfucking dish. I'm going to wipe down every surface. Just so I don't, like, wallow in my own surface germs of, what could possibly be the Rona. I don't know. Haven't gotten tested yet. But, hey, shit happens. And you got to roll through the punches. And you just got to keep moving, right? I don't know if I'm going to go to do shows this week until I know I'm 100% better. I do have a birthday coming up. Do I want to do an episode on my birthday? Maybe. I don't know. Did I waste my money getting this banner? Because I'm in doubt. I'm in doubt of, should I keep doing this? Should I keep doing shows? Because it seems like a pipe dream at this point. I've invested so much money into this project. To stop now? I can't quit on myself. I already bought the stuff, so I might as well fucking do it, right? I can't let this equipment gather dust. I already took like a 3-week break from podcasts once because I was depressed. Super depressed. And I just can't let it get me down. I'm at a low point in life. I've had some bad karma, and I deserve it. I was mean to some people. I was, just a jerk, and I deserve it, man. I don't think that I have anything going for me. There are booked shows that I'm finding out about in the city, and I'm not getting booked for them because I can't sell tickets. I don't know anybody. I had to say no to this comedy contest because I got an email from the guy that organizes it saying, hey, I think you got robbed. You're really funny. The person that won your round, they brought the most friends, and they weren't even the funniest person. They just got the most votes. I'm like, yeah, I agree with you, but I'm going to politely decline because nobody goes. Nobody will go. Not enough people will go to get me to the next round because you have to have some sort of base to move forward. And I get that this is a very long climb, and I'm going to keep doing this no matter what. But the point is, I'm going to trudge along and keep doing this no matter how I feel. We're a little late in the game on recording these weekly, but I was really sick. Still am kind of sick. But we're going to barrel through this, and I'm going to move forward. Because, hell, it's the anniversary of Kobe's death. God, I remember doing an emergency podcast episode about that because I was so sad and I was so defeated. And I remember, and this is also from growing up, that when you would throw something away, you'd say, Kobe! You'd throw something away into the trash. Whether it was like a little like tissue paper or whatever. In this case, it's been a lot of tissue paper. And you don't always make it, even though if you say Kobe, that your chances of making it, yeet plus accuracy. And it's not about always making it. It's about keep shooting. Keep shooting your shot and keep going. This has been the motivational portion of the Jaking Off Show. And I'm going to leave it with that. Hopefully, I've given enough of my own advice to just keep trudging. And if this has helped anyone, not that anyone gives a shit, but I'm going to keep moving along, and I'm going to keep doing this. And I bought this banner for a fucking reason, and I'm going to keep going. All right. Okay, thanks. Bye.